This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First, we do have some breaking news this evening. The Penobscot County Sheriff's Office is investigating an incident in Carmel.
That incident happened around 4 o'clock this afternoon on the main road. Route 2 by the Dyer Road was shut down for some time. There are reports one person was taken to the hospital. We will continue to update you on this story as we receive new information.
Meanwhile, jury selection begins tomorrow in the trial of a Lincolnville man charged with murder. 47-year-old Matthew Pendleton is accused of killing his friend and roommate Kevin Currit in January of last year. Waldo County deputies found Currit's body on the Thorndike Road in Lincolnville after Pendleton allegedly reported it himself. At a previous court date, deputies said when they responded, they found blood on a camper and on the floor. Pendleton's trial is scheduled to begin then following jury selection.
A New York man was sentenced today in U.S. District Court in Portland for distributing fentanyl through the U.S. Postal Service. 49-year-old Tyler Dean will serve 24 months in prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release. According to court records, in June of 2020, Dean shipped an envelope via USPS Priority Mail Express from the Schenectady, New York area to a residence in Rockland, Maine, using an alias. Text and Facebook messages confirmed Dean mailed the envelope and knew he was sending a controlled substance, but did not know the identity of the substance he shipped. Lab testing confirmed the envelope contained fentanyl. The package's recipient and their spouse died of accidental overdoses the day that package arrived.
Members of area fire departments say they are struggling to find qualified applicants to fill their full-time openings. Our Grace Blanchard spoke with members of the Lincoln Fire Department about the hiring challenges they face.
And every day when we climb on that truck, we're prepared for the worst.
Over the weekend, firefighters from the Lincoln Fire Department rescued 2 people from a burning home in Chester. Members of the department say these heroic efforts happened despite it being a time of day where they have few people on staff.
Time of the call, we were fully staffed with the numbers that we normally have. There was a paramedic and 3 firefighters.
Firefighters say there's been a declining interest in the field over the last few decades.
There's other parts of the country it's not quite as bad, but here for some reason it's become very hard to find people that are interested in doing it.
Some firefighters attribute the lack of interest to the grueling training and long hours at the station.
I myself retired a few years ago and decided to get back into it. I saw a need up here.
Members of the department say they have learned to adapt by relying heavily on mutual aid from area towns and on-call staff.
The town has really supported our mission. They've expanded our staffing. They've purchased some new ambulances and lots of EMS supplies.
With around 20 full-time staff members and roughly 2,000 calls a year, they hope to encourage more people to join their team and the industry.
And we'll train you. The department will train you. It's a job full of pride and history, and it's incredibly fulfilling.
More information on how to apply can be found on foxbangor.com. In Lincoln, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Maine's business leaders got an update on a plan for Maine to become 100% reliant on clean electricity by the year 2040. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard has that story.
What is unique about Maine is really our energy challenges are very specific to Maine, with our high consumption of heating oil, significant existing clean energy resources, and this modeling is specific to the state of Maine.
In 2019, Governor Mills signed bipartisan legislation that set a requirement for Maine to use 80% renewable energy by 2030 and a target of 100% by 2050. Last year, that plan was expedited to include a target of 100% by 2040, 10 years earlier.
We are in the latter part of this work. We've been doing it since the fall of last year, and excited to present to you all some of the findings and results and opportunities for input.
According to the Governor's Energy Office, renewable energy technology has advanced in recent years, that we would be able to supply a majority of our current energy usage with renewable energy. In 2024, Maine will cross the threshold of more than 50% of its electricity from renewable sources. Patrick Woodcock from the Maine State Chamber of Commerce says it's important for business leaders to be aware and engaged in the energy plan.
Although all modeling is only as good as the assumptions, it really is extremely valuable as we start thinking about our priorities. This really is directionally important. Technology continues to be disruptive to our assumptions, but it really does create an important baseline of where are the priorities going to be over the next 15 to 20 years.
The governor's energy office hopes to finalize the recommendations and present it to the governor sometime this year. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The window has now closed for Mainers to weigh in on a proposal that seeks to limit sales of gas-powered vehicles in the state. The Maine Board of Environmental Protection is seeking to adopt rules requiring 43% of new vehicles sold in Maine to be zero emission by the 2027 model year. The rule would also increase the requirements to 82% by model year 2032. Mainers had until 5 p.m. today to weigh in. The proposal is facing pushback from Maine Republican lawmakers who say consumers should be able to choose whatever vehicle they want to purchase. House Republican leader Billy Bob Falkingham said in a statement, quote, "Despite claims by environmental extremists, this rule destroys consumer choice and will increase prices for the new and used vehicles people actually want to drive," end quote. Currently, there are 13 other states that have adopted similar regulations for phasing out gas-powered vehicles.
The Orono Town Council is apologizing to the Penobscot Nation following recent backlash over a change of the town's gateway signage. The old sign prominently features the town's seal, a side profile of Penobscot Chief Joseph Orono with a headdress. The new sign incorporates an outline of that same seal behind the Welcome to Orono text. This change came last year with conversations about updating the sign starting back in 2019. The town's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee was involved in the process. It recommended making signs with Penobscot language or redesigning the seal altogether. Despite recommendations, Orono officials decided to move forward with the new design. The council also failed to consult with the Penobscot Nation Council, a decision which violated the town's 2021 resolution to honor and acknowledge the Wabanaki tribes.
We felt really ignored, that we felt devalued, and that our history, even in this area, was slated to be terminated.
The council has since sent a letter to the Penobscot Nation apologizing for its mistakes. The letter mentions the town is willing to return to its original signage or work with the Penobscot Nation to design a new one. The council also set aside $50,000 dedicated to signage design, cultural consultation, and future projects celebrating Penobscot presence in Orono.
Well, Mainers impacted by the December 17th storm now have longer to deal with their taxes. Following the disaster declaration issued by FEMA, people that live in or have businesses in affected areas now have until June 17th to file returns and pay any taxes that were originally due. People in Androscoggin, Franklin, Hancock, Kennebec, Oxford, Piscataquis, Penobscot, Somerset, Waldo, and Oxford counties qualify for that tax relief.
Looking across the country now, about 33 million people remain under a flood watch as an atmospheric river continues to pummel California. More than a month's worth of rain has already fallen in less than 24 hours, and several months worth of rain is expected to have fallen by Wednesday. The powerful winds that brought the rain peaked at around 80 miles per hour, knocking out power to millions. First responders conducting water rescues, answering calls to mudslides, and even rescuing people trapped in cars that trees had fallen on. California Governor Gavin Newsom has declared a state of emergency in 8 counties, including the heavily populated San Diego, Los Angeles, and Ventura counties. Despite all of this, the Los Angeles Unified School District, the second biggest in the country, has remained open.
And I can't help but think of my friends who all live in California during this time. I've checked in with a few of them. Luckily, so far, they seem to be out of harm's way, either not, at least not in the area of the landslides, which are extremely concerning.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when you're getting not just normal rainfall, just
but
heavy.
excessive rainfall.
Yeah.
And in an area where there are so many hillside communities, ground destabilization is a major concern there, as they are seeing.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, folks, well, back here at home, let's go ahead and get a first check of our forecast and see what's coming.
All right, Beth and Peter, thank you. Happy Monday. Another wintry day across the area today. A gusty northwest wind out there, gusting near 30 miles per hour. The air temperature is pretty much stuck in the 20s across the region today. So that gave us feel-like temperatures all day long, hanging out in the teens to low 20s, and lots of clouds out there as well. Now, this thing looks a lot worse than it really is. There are some areas of flurries out there today, but there's some very dry air here at the surface. So all of this is not making it to the ground. But overall, the big story is this system here, that system there. Between the two, they're kind of squeezing the air. That's giving us that gusty north wind. That will continue through tonight and through tomorrow, and thus a small craft advisory through Wednesday afternoon. Our forecast, though, seems looking at mostly cloudy skies, partly cloudy skies. A couple of flurries can't be ruled out with low temperatures in the 20s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth and Peter?
All right, not too bad.
Not too bad at all. We'll check in a little bit, Jeff. Thank you. And coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, second grade students in Hamden are participating in Hearts Around the U.S. We'll hear from them.
And the school year draws to a close, meaning big changes for high school seniors. Our Doug Banks will show us how Winslow High School is taking a different approach to preparing them. Those stories and much more as ABC 7 News at 6 continues.
Your financial goals may appear to be all about savings and investing, but in reality, it's about much more. Your life, your family, and your legacy.
Plan your future with Warren Financial.
CEM DP Porter Contractors have been in business for more than 40 years. We have recently added an electrical division to further be of service to our loyal customers. CEM specializes in design build for commercial and residential projects. Whether you need help with older construction, new build-outs, or electrical services, CEM has you covered. CEM is currently hiring for all positions. We offer competitive pay as well as great benefits. To inquire about employment or construction, please reach out to 848-7486 or visit CEMmaine.com.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
The insurance company wants nothing more than to deny your claim.
Deny.
Meet John.
Delay.
The adjuster. He sticks
Deny.
to the 3 Ds.
Delay. Deny. No. Devalue.
And if he does have to pay, it's often with a very tiny check.
At first I was going to delay, and then I thought, no. Denied.
They called the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Maybe we should settle this one.
If you've been injured in an accident, call Joe. The law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Here's this week's featured deal. The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna. On sale Thursday at 9 a.m. A limited supply available half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Your financial goals may appear to be all about savings and investing, but in reality, it's about much more. Your life, your family, and your legacy.
Plan your future with Warren Financial.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. As the end of the academic calendar year draws nearer, seniors are preparing for that next chapter in their lives. One program at Winslow High School is helping students take a different approach to that process. Our Doug Banks shows us.
I feel like the thing I struggled the most with senior year is learning how to do things the disciplined way and just making yourself more disciplined for the future.
As graduation approaches for Winslow High School seniors, they also look towards what follows after.
Right now, we're hitting the point where most students are finding out if they
got into a school. Some are starting to see the payment that's going to be required. It's a little scary.
Although it looks like another corkboard glued to the wall of another hallway, instead, it's filled with opportunities.
Most of my schools are pretty expensive, so just like being guided on what would be the best choice.
Just across the hall, they type away at applications and grants, but just as the name College and Career Cafe suggests, the process is done a little differently.
She gives you information with like different colleges that have different programs, and it's also in a really comfortable environment.
With beanbags instead of chairs, a dartboard on the wall, and an espresso machine on the counter, Morin says it's important to cultivate a welcoming environment while also making stressful work engaging.
I challenge them to a race whether the cookies will be done quicker than their application. A stress reduction from the big bad world, and it's okay to come in here and say, this is scary stuff.
And students are thankful they have a place to work together.
It definitely helps just having like your source and like obviously like supportive friends too, but it definitely helps to have someone by your side.
In Winslow, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Mail is pouring into the McGraw School in Hamden, where a group of students are participating in Hearts Across the U.S. As part of the project, Mrs. Bouchard's second grade class is trying to collect Valentine's Day cards or postcards from every state in the nation. Each time they receive a card, the students place a heart sticker on the classroom map indicating which state that card was mailed from. So far, they've received mail from more than 30 states. On Monday, the students were thrilled to get cards from Alaska and Hawaii.
We're trying to get like hearts from every single state, and we have a lot and we just need a little bit more.
There are just 11 states the class has yet to hear from, including New Mexico, Montana, and Kansas. They're hoping to get cards from those remaining states by Valentine's Day.
A great way to just make connections and kind of sort of not put a face with the names, but, you know, make connections with states that just are, you know, sort of a dot on the map really far away.
Yeah, it's going to be so exciting to see those pieces of mail come in.
Yeah, very, very cute. All right, well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, our Jody Hersey will introduce us to a local woman who is using her love of felting to create unique children's books.
And in sports, we'll hear from one former Brewer Witch star who now calls UMaine Farmington home. That story coming right up.
Are your gutters weighed down by debris causing them to sag and overflow? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems. Clogged gutters lead to costly repairs for your home, so skip the cleaning and stop the clogs with Gutter Shutter. Gutter Shutter, the world's best gutter, is a high-performance gutter with a lifetime no-clog guarantee. Stop the clutter, get Gutter Shutter. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
It's so important to me to work at a place that I believe in.
I love having that one-on-one with our members.
You come to a credit union to work because you actually like helping people.
You get to be a part of really life-changing moments.
We get to guide them through the process and having their dream come true.
It's work that I can really believe in.
Builds a really rewarding professional career.
You can honestly make a difference in people's lives. And that's why I like Renegades.
It's just a wonderful place to work.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC 7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Foxcroft Academy, Howard Insurance, Johnson Foundations, Mallard Real Estate, McCusick Petroleum, and R&K Variety.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Healing Hands Massage in Hamden, providing professional massage services tailored specifically for their clients. Stop by Healing Hands Massage today. You'll thank yourself later.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with some hockey. Maine hockey going on the road this weekend. They fell to Northeastern Friday before bouncing back with a big win over UMass on Saturday. The Black Bears winning 1-0 on the road against number 11 UMass. And with that shutout win, freshman goalie Albin Boya was named Hockey East Defender of the Week. Boya becomes the first goaltender to shut out the Minutemen this season and the first one to shut them out at home since 2021. The Black Bears are now ranked 7th in the nation, so moving down just one spot, and that sets up a top 10 matchup at the Alfond this weekend as 10th-ranked Providence comes up for 2 games on Friday and Saturday. Staying with some positive news out of Maine athletics, Adriana Smith bringing in some hardware as well, being named the America East Player of the Week. Maine went 2-0 last week with wins over Lowell and Bryant. Smith scored 25 points with 8 rebounds and 5 assists in the win over the Riverhawks, and then flirted with a triple-double in the win over Bryant with 16 points, 13 boards, and 8 assists. It's her 3rd time taking home that honor this season, 7th in her career. Maine has the rest of the week off before taking on New Hampshire Saturday at the Pit. Tip-off scheduled for 2 p.m. All right, let's stay with some basketball now. This past Friday, UMaine Farmington grabbed a big win over Husson in Newman Gymnasium, and making his return to the greater Bangor area for the first time as a Beaver was former Brewers standout Brock Flagg. Brock won the state title with the Witches in 2023, assisting on that game-winning bucket right there. He didn't know if he was going to go on to play college ball or not, but ultimately decided on UMF. Brock says his biggest adjustment to playing college ball was being around a new group of teammates and coaches, but says they are all gelling pretty nicely.
My whole life, I've been playing with those kids, and not just basketball, like football, AAU, basketball. I've been playing with those kids I went to high school with for 12 years, so to kind of come in and have kids from Connecticut and Colorado, it's definitely new, but I love my team. They're awesome.
On the court, he says it took him a bit to get used to the speed and the physicality of college ball, something a lot of freshmen go through, but it seems like he's overcome those woes. He says he can't wait for the next 3 years. He started 5 games for the Beavers, including their win over Husson on Friday, thanks in part to a big defensive play from Flagg in the last minute, all in a game he had circled on the calendar for a while.
I was so pumped for this one. I had my aunt, my uncle, my cousin, it was just, couldn't make it up. It was awesome. I was waiting all year to come to this one. I played Maine high school basketball, and then now I played Division III basketball in Maine. I'm not exactly, in the NBA, but to just see all the kids that are on the Brewer middle school team, high-five me at halftime. It's just awesome to know maybe I meant something to Brewer while I was there for 4 years.
All right, awesome stuff there. Great to catch up with Brock. That's all the time we have for sports, though. Here's Jeff Weller with your full 5-day forecast. Jeff?
All right, Tyler, thank you very much. High temperatures mostly got stuck in the upper 20s across the area today, but it was also incredibly windy. That northwest wind gusting near 25 to 30, making it feel almost like single digits at times today. Wind gusts are going to keep going tonight through tomorrow as well. It will begin to come down, though, tomorrow night into early parts of Wednesday morning. Until then, though, a small craft advisory through Wednesday morning for wave heights out here approaching 8 to 14 feet with that really gusty northwest wind. And here are the current feel-like temperatures out there now. So air temperatures upper 20s, feel-like temperatures in mid-teens. We'll have low temperatures tonight, most likely in the low 20s. So a couple feel-like temperatures overnight tonight, likely down near 0 to 5 degrees. Okay, so the really, really cold stuff is still locked way up here, and it's kind of stuck there for now. But we are having a cool weekend and a cool day on Monday, of course. Tomorrow, kind of same story, but slightly warmer temperatures are on the way for us beginning as soon as Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You can see I'll run this through Tuesday into Wednesday. The blue stuff's basically kind of moderate temperatures, and there's no real cool air coming our way anytime soon. In fact, warmer temperatures are on the way. Likely into next weekend, there could be some 40s back into the forecast. Until then, though, a cold night tonight, a cool day for us tomorrow, so don't put away the coat just yet, but there are somewhat warmer temperatures on the way. Until then, here we go. So across the area today, lots of cloud cover, and I know the radar looks like we're in trouble. We're not. There's a system here, but the air at the surface is very, very dry. Dew points are in the low teens out here right now. So this precipitation in the cloud, it falls, but then evaporates on the way down. So we're not seeing it at the surface here at all. There are a couple of flurries getting through. It will not be a big deal at all, as this kind of all goes away tonight, and tomorrow we're left with partly cloudy skies throughout the afternoon. The bigger story, though, is all the moisture stuck here across parts of Florida, and of course the west. A huge mess in the west right now. Parts of LA saw 10 inches of rain today. They don't do that, of course, very often at all. For us, though, going forward, lots of clouds out there tonight. Still windy. Look for low temperatures down near 20, but feel like temperatures down near 0 with that gusty northwest wind. For tomorrow, all right, so lots of clouds around tomorrow and breezy, but noticeably a bit warmer tomorrow with high temperatures back in the low, even a couple mid-30s tomorrow afternoon with that north wind beginning to pull back just a bit with wind gusts near 25 through the afternoon. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows tomorrow 33, 35 for Wednesday, 37 Thursday, so we're on the right trajectory here, right? Thursday, 37. Look at Friday up near 40, then firmly in the 40s, mid-40s Saturday with some rain showers. Beth and Peter.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
When the acres add up, so does the work. The Kubota LO2 Series is ready for it. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience, it features powerful, dependable Kubota diesel engines, performance-matched attachments, and the versatility to get the job done right.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor. Gun Sports and Brewer knows that for fun, exercise, and meeting new friends, nothing is better than ice skating. Whether it's sailing down the ice, making a great pass, and scoring in a game of hockey, or the grace, strength, and expression of figure skating. From the youngest child all the way to adulthood, anyone can enjoy the fun of skating. At Gun Sports, we supply the equipment for your skating fun for great prices, the proper fit, and service after the sale. Shop your locally owned Gun Sports Shop, Greenpoint Road in Brewer.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Center Theater, Guilford Hardware, Kimball Insurance, McCusick Petroleum, Piscataquis County Collision, and Rowell's Garage and Car Wash.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or any commercial vehicle, we know how to get you the big money you may deserve.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the Twos. We win for you.
This week, the retaliation underway. The U.S. strikes back after the drone attack in Jordan, plus the verdict in former President Trump's New York fraud trial. More Americans turn to the most watched newscast on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
A woman from Hamden is using her love of felting to make one-of-a-kind children's books. Hillary Dow is a self-published author and illustrator who uses sheep's wool to make all her book characters and illustrations. Our Jody Hersey has more.
You can go like this and it pokes right through.
Hillary Dow loves felting.
She started using a felting kit a few years ago, and her creativity grew from there.
So felting is a process of using a barbed needle to go back and forth through fibers. I generally use sheep's wool, and when that barbed needle goes through the fibers, it just kind of makes those fibers lock together. So the more you felt, so the more you poke it with your needle, the denser and firmer and smaller the wool becomes.
Dow says you can have fluffy, airy pieces or dense, tightly felted pieces. She likes to incorporate both when she makes mermaids, fairies, and other creatures. Once complete, she photographs her characters for her illustrations.
The characters in my books have often been inspired by either our two children, Eva and Tyler, or nieces and nephews. My parents are in the first book as Bapshi and Jarji.
Dow has written, illustrated, and self-published 3 books already.
Everything that I saw, there was nothing like the artwork I was making.
Her 4th book, called Flock of Rock, is about a group of sheep that form a rock band. It is scheduled to be published in the spring. All of Dow's books can be found and purchased at bindingtales.com or at the Maine Micro Artisan Shop in the Bangor Mall.
It's cool to be doing something that's really different.
In Hamden, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Definitely some very unique artwork there.
Yeah, great art form, and really cool that she's putting it in a book as well.
Yeah, we love that. All right, folks, that is going to do it for us. Take care and good night.
Good night, everyone.